How's it going, everybody? My name's Eric, and in this video, we're going to do an unboxing of the Brother, this little printer right here, the Brother QL810w wireless thermal label printer. Prints up to 2.4 inches wide. This printer does not use ink, it does not use toner, it is a thermal printer, meaning it uses heat onto a chemical paper that creates an image or a text or a barcode for your label needs. This is not a comprehensive review. This is not a comprehensive tutorial. This is me getting my hands on it for the first time, doing an unboxing, some test prints, a little tinkering, and my initial impressions. I will be coming out with a thorough review in the future, maybe some comparisons, maybe some tutorials, which will help to solve specific problems. This printer does retail for about $140 on Amazon when it is in stock. There is a cheaper one that is USB only, and there's a more expensive one that has Bluetooth and a Ethernet networking port. I will put links to this printer and those printers in the description if you want to check them out. However, the Brother QL printers do frequently sell out, so if you see them in stock and it's the printer that you want, make sure to grab it. This is Brother's competitor to the Dymo 400 series, the 450 Turbo, the 450, and now even the 500 series and the 500 Turbo. Narrow formatting, only up to 2.4 inches wide, so it's not going to print your standard 4x6 shipping labels. However, it will print a 2x7 label. It'll have no problem printing your Amazon barcode labels for your products. You could print address labels for Christmas cards, and I've also been experimenting with resizing a 4x6 label, but I still haven't gotten that dialed in yet. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please give the video a thumbs up. If you aren't already subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. If you have any questions about this printer throughout the video, throw them in the comments section, and let's get into the unboxing. Supposedly, this printer can actually print in black and red, which I don't know if there's anything similar to that with Dymo or Zebra, if it's a chemical within the paper or if it's actually something within the printer. It's probably just a chemical in the paper, to be honest. This is a 300 DPI printer. It can print up to 110 address labels per minute, it says, and it uses these DK style labels, which are convenient that you just drop them in, but they also are a little bit more expensive because they use this black square proprietary design, which you will see later on in the video. Let's get this printer open, set it up. One of the perks of this printer over other printers, it's gonna work with Mac, PC, and I'm gonna be able to print from my Android phone or an Apple device. So let's get this open. I got the power supply, looks like I got a USB, very nicely packed. We got the printer itself right here. We got another roll of labels. We got some paperwork. So here's the printer itself. Looks like we got a power button, a feed button, a cut button. This printer uses a blade to cut after your label is finished or at the end of your print. There's an editor light button, which I really don't know what that does. Looks like there's a Wi-Fi button to toggle the Wi-Fi on and off, and a WPS button, which we're going to use for setting up the wireless. On the back, we have our power in, and we have our USB port. You can connect via USB, but you can also network this wirelessly and use it with multiple devices, and just as a backup, use the USB if your network goes down. This one also has a optional battery pack that you can place this on, and you can be completely wireless, free from the power supply, but I don't have that here today. A little better explanation of DK labels is the labels come on a spool, and they have these little black squares or rectangles on one side, and they have these little feet with punches on them. The black squares function is to line up with a sensor in here. The printer knows the length of the label that it's printing, and the function of this spool thing, it'll just drop in and kind of line itself up. And the purpose of this foot thing, the foot lines up and presses on these little pins down here, which communicate with the motherboard what size labels are in there, so the printer will know what size we're trying to print on. And then it can communicate that with the phone or with the computer, and then you'll have a template of what you're already designing, or it'll stop you from printing if you're trying to print something that's not meant for that label, and it'll save you from wasting labels by blinking a kind of irritating red light when you try to print. Here's another label roll it came with. You can see the foot is like a little L shape with holes, and you can see the foot on this other roll that I have. It is just 3 punches on this roll, meaning that it's gonna send different signals to the printer. The little DK rolls can be annoying to people, and if the company you're buying them from is third party and they don't make the foot correct, sometimes it can cause an issue. We're gonna get this printer plugged in. We're gonna load up some labels, and the way that we do that is we drop in the foot side against this little post here. It drops in like that, and then we feed the labels in. There's just like a little chamber in there you feed them to, and then you can see it coming out right here. I'm gonna pull it back, and we're gonna close the top. We're gonna turn the Wi-Fi on by holding the Wi-Fi button, and we're going to connect this to our wireless router via WPS. So I'm going to hold the WPS button. The Wi-Fi is going to blink on here. Now I gotta go to my wireless router. So here's my Wi-Fi router. It's got a WPS button on the side that I have to press and hold down. That makes this start to blink. And you have to check your model of your router if you have a WPS button, but that's how I do it on my Asus. Now that the WPS was connected on the printer and on the router, they will communicate, and we should go from a blinking light to a solid light, meaning that we are on our network. It might take 30 seconds to a minute for it to communicate and connect. And there we go. We have a solid light. We are on our network. And the first test print that I'm gonna do is just gonna be from my phone. I'm gonna open up the iPrint and iLabel app. Okay, it found it on the network. I'm gonna click that. And when I hit this refresh, it automatically communicates and checks the label that's installed. It's called the media. When those pins that I was talking about earlier hit that circuit board, it communicates with the printer. It sends a signal to my phone saying, oh, there's 2.4-inch wide continuous labels in here. And when I say continuous, it means I can print so long, and it's not, they're not die cut. A die cut label looks like this, where it can be peeled and it's a single label. This, what's in here, is just one continuous piece of adhesive. I think there's a maximum, but I could essentially print something a foot or 2 long if that's how long the design was. So I designed this little label here. It says, hello, my name is Eric. I'm gonna send print to the printer. And there we go. It printed out this nice little label that I could peel and stick on to something as, I don't know, a name tag or a sticker or whatever. There's a print head in here that I can't really get to or show you. And I actually don't like that part about the design, is I can't get to the print head. So if it were to jam, hopefully it wouldn't jam, but if it were to jam, then I'd have to do some disassembly, probably take off this screw to take off this front part in order to clean it. But I'll tackle that in another video. I'm not gonna do that right now. That's definitely a place that Brother could have improved upon by making the print head more easily accessible for cleaning or for fixing a jam. So I'm gonna be printing some Amazon SKUs for products. Just as an example, I'm on a Mac. I cropped the 30-page using the Rollo software, and I'm just going to send the product SKUs to the printer so you can see how it prints. It's not incredibly fast, but it will churn them out one by one, and that creates these little product SKUs that you stick on the products and then send them to Amazon FBA warehouse. I did see that this printer is compatible with Inventory Lab. I've never personally done it myself, but based off their website, it does look like it is compatible. And that is our first look at the Brother QL810w thermal label printer. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will be coming out with a more comprehensive video as I continue to use and learn more things about this printer. And if you have any questions or you have any tests that you'd like me to run, throw them in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please give the video a thumbs up. If you aren't already subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.